Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am so sorry. I meant to have this out on Thursday. I forgot. Remember to do it on Friday, and then went to go finish recording and my game would not work. But enough of that, I guess. So, like I mentioned last video, this is going to be high value loot spawns on Matka Miest. Gonna be doing it in another AI raid. This here is everything you can, not everything you can find. This will be demonstrated for the figurines and some of the other items that I don't have, like pancake mix, which is a streamer item. So yeah, this I need to get into one of the rooms to show you where items spawn. I will just basically be going through everything that spawns, where it spawns. So yeah, this is during wipe event, so a lot of the spawns might be there, like the key cards, which, you know, is going to be helpful for me. Anyways, let's just get into this video. Hope you guys enjoy. Be pretty cool if you did. I promise this time I'm actually going to get the video out by Thursday. I want to say 6 o'clock Mountain Time. I will try my hardest. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy, so let's get into this video. Hope you find it useful. Okay guys, like I said, this is an AI raid. But I got a pretty good spawn to show off the first few loot spawns. And since it is wipe event, keycards are 100% spawn rates. First one we got is on this table, behind scaffolding, on catwalk, from bridge to museum. It is the purple key card, which is pretty cool. I actually brought one to use this demonstration. Now if we come over here, the pancake mix, if I remember correctly, spawns on this chair. I'm using this book as a demonstration, kind of. It'll spawn just sitting right there. It can also spawn as 2 spawns over here. If you just climb up the scaffolding, it can also spawn like this. It'll be laying propped up against a water jug. I'll be showing you guys the purple vault, so if we make our way down this alleyway, you will see what is called bridge, most commonly referred to as that. There's actually another spawn here. I'm yet to find it, but I guess I'll just use this to represent it. It's the Heart of Tabor, worth $1 million. Spawns right here on this little ledge on catwalk. This is what I've heard. I've personally never found it. So now, if we walk over here, you have a few static spawns. This is for the Chris Vector 10 mil, and this I believe is used in Quest. So now, if we walk up here, you'll find the purple vault, which I guess I'll just demonstrate and show you what's inside of it. This is a pretty good area for loot. It's pretty highly concentrated. There's a lot of PvP that goes on over here. So if you walk up the stairs, there's 2 rooms to here. There's the first room, which doesn't have much loot opportunities for spawns. There's a few things. Oh, you know, I wish this was real. That's really lucky. Not much can spawn here. A poker chip, which I forgot to bring, can spawn. No, not poker chip. Crypto wallet can spawn on one of these 2 mattresses. If you head up to the 2nd floor, which is where the main loot is concentrated, you can have static spawns on top of these. This is good if you're running early cards. A lot of loot spawns. And hey, here's one of the spawns I actually need to show. Ranger Handbook. Controlled Parish Ranger Handbook can spawn here. And there's a few other spawns that way, which will be the direction I head next. But as I'm showing, this is a pretty good spot for loot if you want it. It's always nice to run vaults, especially early game when you need to. I will now be heading on to the next spot. See you guys when I'm there. Okay, so I've made it to the next spot. Not too far. Bridge is just right over there. This is a spawn point and an extract. There's 2 spawns here for high value loot. Kind of high value loot. Orange card can spawn here. It'll be a little bit more down into the chair. Then if you walk back here, I've been told, we'll just use this again to represent the Heart of Tabor. It spawns, I believe, back here on the bench. Then if you run over here onto the train, I've also been told, which I have seen in multiple different videos and posts, that it can spawn right here inside the wheel, which is kind of weird. I'll be heading on to the next spot. See you guys when I'm there. Okay, so I've made it to the next spot yet again. Another short little run, but Controlled Parish Ranger Handbook can spawn here as well. And there's one more close spawn. So if we just take a little run down this way, this is one of probably the highest PvP spots on this map. Actually, I'll say the second. And hey, this helps us out yet again. The Geiger counter can spawn right over here on this little ledge, right next to what's called construction. But if we run back here, this is yet another spawn. People call this back alleyway, or they call it black van. Controlled Parish Ranger Handbook can spawn right here on this little ledge. I can't get it, but you know, you get the gist of it. It spawns out there. Next place I will be heading to show spawns is actually just right down the way. So there's no point in me to make a little cut off here. There's a spawn right here for a flare. Okay. Spawn right here for a flare. And you know, that's great. And then another one on these other trash cans down the way. Now this isn't the correct figurine, but because this is Grim Reaper figurine, but I'll just be using it to show off. 15-second reviews. His can spawn right here on this garbage can in this little nook, which is one of the rare spawns you can get. And I will now actually be heading into here. No point to cut off the video yet again. This is also probably one of the highest PvP spots on the map. Some people call it no man's land. Most people call it that. There's 2 spawns. There's one back there in the little alleyway, which is not important to this video. Will be for the next one though. And then there's one in the Blues Harps, which I will have to pass through. There is a few spawns in here. Uh-oh. That's always fun. No ammo. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, there is a few spawns in here. If we just want to head up to the altar of the church, or cathedral, whatever you'd like to call it. There is the spawn for Grim Reapers. Item back here. I believe TDVR milk over here on the corner. There's one more I can't think of. I believe there is 3 spawns there though. Now, if we just want to head down this way, we'll get our next few spawns. if we run through blue tarps and we head over to this area, take a left. This is another spawn yet again. This is House of Scott. This is where you use Yorick's skull on this map, which is found on Missile Silo, which I covered my last video. No, my first video. My bad. There's a few spawns here. Just want to check for extra ammo real quick. Okay. If we head over here behind the bar, you can find 2 items. One of them is called Tac Sack. Actually, 3 items, I guess. Crypto wallet as well. This is a tier 3 foregrip, if I remember correctly. It spawns, I believe, over here. And then you can also find a flare on this section, or on one of these other little cutouts in the bar. If you run up to here, you can find Tac Sack yet again on, I believe it's this table. I believe you can also find Paris Handbook in here on that table. Now, if you run back to here, this is where you'll find not only the purple vault, but extra spawns. The Tac Sack grip spawns over here, if I remember correctly. Then Tweak Cheese, which I forgot to bring, we'll just use this to represent it, can spawn here. Tweak Cheese is, I believe, one of the only streamer items that you can find on multiple different maps. And just to give you guys a little show around of this purple vault, nothing too fancy. It's better than Bridge. You have a few box spawns. You have all of these. You have this set of drawers, which usually hold items. I will say, when checking boxes, do check the textures of the boxes, because there can be poker chips hiding places and whatnot. So, on to our next place, which I'll just cut to because I know you guys don't want to hear me talk for that long. I'll just cut to it now. Okay, so we are now at the next spot, which, yet again, I'll be using this to demonstrate short stack pancake mix. Can spawn here. That over there is House of Scott. This is Graveyard. If we head into Graveyard, we have a few other spawns. I will be using Grim Reaper Bobblehead again for another spawn. This will be 15-second reviews. Bobblehead. You run over here into the parking lot for the Graveyard, and then into the courtyard. You will find short stack pancake mix, I believe, right over here. It'll be standing. You can find either 15-second review or Grim Reaper's Bobblehead. Now, we'll be heading into the museum to show you our next few spawns. But before that, I just remembered, there's this flare spawn. It'll be laying down like that, but if I show it, it'll just fall. So, there's that. Okay, so embarrassingly enough, I died to the AI last raid, but we got an even better spawn. Now we just have to clear out the collector room of museum. This is where the boss will spawn with his 4 to 5 goons, I believe. And this is a purple keycard spawn as well, along with an AK drum mag and an M1A1 Sash drum mag. This purple keycard is probably one of the more common keycard spawns. just snuck up on me there. Okay. Wrong vest to wear, I suppose. And then these AI are very annoying. You can find the Grim Reaper bobblehead back here, sitting behind the sandbags. Now, if we kind of backtrack just a little bit, and we head all the way over to what is called patio or cookout, there's another spawn there, which I'm not gonna bore you guys with running there and just talking, so I'll just cut to it. Okay, so I've made it to the next area. This is what people commonly refer to as either patio or cookout. And there is one of the rare items in the game, probably one of the rarest, called the poker plaque. It spawns on this side, I believe, propped up against the planter box, just like that. And then, don't know why I didn't mention it the first time around, but if you just run back over to House of Scott, there will be another spawn awaiting you, which is a great spawn, especially early game, to get good loot quickly. It's called the Flare, which I have showed you. They can be spawned on this map. They can't randomly spawn you. They must be called in, unlike the island of Tabor, which they can randomly drop or can be spawned in. But if we just grab it out of here and we place it about here, it can spawn right there. So anyways, that honestly concludes. That actually doesn't. I don't know what I'm saying. I forgot 2 spawns, which I will cut to on back on the catwalk. Okay, and on the way to catwalk, I did forget, there's an orange keycard spawn right here on this flipped over trash can next to the museum. Now I will actually be going to catwalk finally to show you guys these last 2 spawns, and then I swear the video will be over. You don't have to sit through this torture of just me talking anymore. Okay, so we are here at one of the final 2 spawns, and hey, here it is. TDVR milk can spawn here, and if we just run down this way towards the bridge exfil and purple keycard room, you can find yet again another TDVR milk on a box that looks like that, but just right down over here. I believe it has a chance to either spawn on this electrical box or this mailbox. But anyways, that basically concludes this video. I'll get back to my bunker, give you guys a proper outro. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm back there. Okay guys, so we're back in my bunker after the pain and torture I put myself through, and maybe even you guys watching this video, by just over explaining, which I guess, I mean, sometimes that's just for the better. But I hope you guys did find this video useful. I know I sure would have when I first started the game, even though most of those items that we have now weren't in the game when I played. But I just hope you guys find these useful if you're a new player, maybe even like an experienced player, you know, and you're just trying to be, I wonder where this stuff spawns, and you don't know which websites to use to look it up, which websites are legit and which ones are pretty shady that just have a whole bunch of random pop-up ads, or which videos to watch, because a lot of them can just be confusing for players, I guess. I mean, mine might be a little bit. You kind of have to have a little background knowledge of each map, but that's realistically about it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe like, subscribe if you did. No pressure. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can just sit here and watch. Don't have to be subscribed. Don't have to leave a like. It's purely up to you guys. That's your choice. Can't make it for you. But I hope you guys like this video. So I'll see you in the next one, and I promise I'll try and get it out on time. So, anyways, I'll see you guys later. Maybe even this Thursday if you guys come to watch.